From Eastmont Lanes in Wenatchee, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Newcomer Carson Emerson is your top seed in the handicap division. He struck in his first frame. He's up here in the second, and he comes up high there, and he's up against a tough customer, 9-year-old Do Kwon. There's Do over there. Yeah, somewhere down there. He's so short, he's below the fan now. You'll never see him again. There, that's him, I promise. He's giving pins. Carson's getting 9 of them, so Do's got to win by 9 to tie, 10 to win. And no problem at the 6-10 for the rookie on our tour, at least. Clean through 2. To the right, Tyler Coates looking to win his 4th career title. He's taking on Duncan Whitaker. It'll be his first time on the show. That's the first frame split for him after Duncan marked in his first. Let's get him a plaque now. Meanwhile, Kwon comes out with the front 3. Look out, my goodness. Short in stature, but fearless on the lanes. They're both two-handers, Carson and Do. He has already got a 2nd place on tour with us down in Salem. Pretty darn good timing for a 9-year-old. That was just a pinch light, so the string will end at 3. Carson's got to be breathing a sigh of relief. Team Carson is leaving. I'm very upset. Wait a second. Wait a second. Ah, okay.
He's got to get a better,
Team Carson's going to the VIP seats.
That's right, VIP.
There we go. Got it. Whitaker spared in the first and 2 5s here in the second. His first time on the show, but he's a solid bowler. About time he made the finals. 19 years old, out of Polsbo. First title match with us. No titles on some of the other tours, but he did win the SYC down in Reno. And that's a big tournament down there. So he's got a lot of experience, even though we haven't seen him on TV before. Tricky spare here early on. Got to avoid the chop. Hard and straight, nicely done. Emerson comes up high in the 3rd, in the 4th rather. Made his last 2 spares. He's up quickly here in the 4th, shooting at this somewhat easy 3-pin, and has no trouble with it. Carson, very new to bowling tournaments. He works here. He says this is only really his 2nd or 3rd actual tournament. 1 Pepsi sectionals. So maybe he's found his extra game. No! Catches a break there. Baseball's his main sport. I think maybe he's got a side gig in the bowling world too. Tyler came on so strong at the end of a couple seasons ago. That Invitational Championship. Max power, max rev, scatter that pin for a strike there in his 3rd. Only trails by 9. Super early, you can tie up the match if you can double up in the 4th. And meanwhile, Kwon has only opened up with 3 in a row spare strike. Putting the hammer down right now. See that little timing step? Just trying to play what's left of the oil with a pretty unaggressive ball, and oh, almost gets the light hit to go. Coach to tie it up. Oh no! And instead, excellent shot gets max penalty. We have seen a lot of pocket 710s this weekend here at Eastmont. Corner pins are a little tough to snap out. Unfortunately, all too common. Well, we've never had one made on camera. Smartly takes the one though. He wasn't putting any extra into that. You never know when that count's going to come into play. Oh man. Unnecessarily penalized there for Coates. See what Emerson has. He can double up. No, instead, another bad fate. Big 4-time. Again, he's the one getting pins, but it can be intimidating when you got a little guy that's throwing strikes at you. Kind of reverse psychology there. Carson up really quickly. This is something he'll gain with more experience. You want to take a moment here and kind of regroup rather than just fire the ball down there. You know, he's a little bit of an older guy. It's a sort of rookie move there. And as often happens when you rush the shot after a bad result, you get another bad result right on top of it. Now a tricky 310 to shoot at. Team Carson needs this spare. Individual Carson needs this spare. Duncan has his spare. But that BLS when the lanes get a little squirrely, hard and straight at the spares is the way to do it. Gonna throw the plastic at it and catches too much of the 3 in trouble for Carson. Qualified first today at plus 295 with a high game of 222 scratch. Quan snuck in the finals as the 4 seed by only 12 pins at a plus 227. Obviously has caught fire during this step ladder. While Coates has the prototypical modern power game, Duncan much more of a tweener type game. Line a little more on accuracy, plenty of pop at the bottom though. Pulls up out of it, floats through the break, and a 2.45 is the result. More hold on this pair than the practice pair, all the bowlers were telling me. As scores were pretty high throughout qualifying, but then about halfway through the semis, they kind of went in the tank. Apparently to fix lane 10, you have to call 663-3600. I don't know what'll happen if you do. If I had more time, we'd give it a try, see what happens. Can you imagine that's just like some old lady in Des Moines or something? And, I don't know how to fix lane 10. Leave me alone. Oh, and Whitaker chops the 2.45 meanwhile. And gives Coates a big second chance here. All of a sudden he only trails by 7. So take the practice shots over there to the right. Will you work here? Fix it. Says I don't do windows. Don't bother me, I'm bowling. Win or lose, Tyler has one more game of bowling. He's going to take on Brian Eloise Anderson for the U17 title. Brian lost earlier the first match in the step ladder. Look out! Woo! Eventually, they'll get an employee in the back end and take care of lane 10. First visit out here to Wenatchee. Joe over there working out. He was cramping at the end of the semifinals. I don't know if he's just staying limber. Or if he's actually feeling a little sore there. Ball change for Tyler, and oh, doesn't get the result he expected. Tyler knows his equipment really well, and I think it was a perfectly fine choice to try a ball change there as he wasn't zoned in, but that checked up a little earlier than he thought it would and gives the open right back. And that time he gets frustrated and throws out a pin account. So it's 83 rather, through 6, which gives Whitaker a 21 pin lead, inching closer and closer to that first career title. Hey, we got pins on 10. So Joe up in the 6th, he's clean with the triple. And he's got a 46 pin advantage, so all Joe right now. Y'all settle down there, miss? I knew you were getting this sooner or later. Quan just want to keep on doing Quan things. Whoops, but that delay may have affected him as he goes out super left and pocket spare. Whitaker again slides by the pocket and again leaves that pesky 2-5. Really impressed with his spare game. Just gotta maintain the control and focus. Folks, these guys taking a little extra time here. Joe's politely waiting for Duncan, and Duncan, as he should, takes a lot of time on this spare. Well done. No! It's dead. Quan hooks by it. That's his first open of the match. Give him 142. The lead shrinks to 30. And Carson gets an additional 9 behind that. So all of a sudden, what was about to be a runaway is only a 21 pin game. And anything can happen in 3 frames of bowling, and it often does. Let's see if he can recover here in the 8th. No! We've seen this script almost every single match. There's been a hot start and then bowlers fade down the end rather than finish off games. As for a 3rd time, Whitaker has that ball skate on him at the pocket. One should try and get the 2 here. You're not going to make this split. No. Instead, he blows those 2 pins account. Well, for Emerson, he couldn't have had anything better happen to him than his opponent go 7 out, 7 out. Through no fault of his own, he's right back in this match. Let's see if he can take advantage of the break. Oh my goodness. I don't want it, you have it. No, I don't want it, you take it. No, I could never, you take it. No, you're just a little kid, you take it. No, I couldn't do it, you have it. War of attrition, folks. Lanes are tough. Tough bowling for titles. Second chance at a 310. No, too much of a 3 again. Title matches are totally different creatures. You bowl all day long, all of a sudden you're the only ones bowling. I'm sitting back here yapping into the camera. Boy, and everything just falling apart. It's now Coates splits in the 8th. Next mark wins, folks. There's the strike. 3rd strike of the match for Emerson. It feels like an eternity since his last one. Now let's see what Quan can do. Who knows? Put together some shots here in the last frame and a half. Stands. They are just about even now. Oh, are you kidding me? After starting triple spare strike, Quan is going to be trailing heading into the 10th frame. Coates went back to the Badger and got his strike in the 9th. Look out, that was a really good try, but it's also another pin account gone. 7 out, 7 out, 7-1. Sorry, it's not trailing, it's an opportunity to be trailing pending what Emerson does. Again, the difference is 9. Joe's got to win this match by 10 to win. And the big difference is Quan's on the open and Carson has himself a strike up in the 9th. Quan in the 10th. There's the strike that he needed. All right, so that gets him in the 170s. That forces the first strike most likely out of Emerson. We'll see what Quan does and add it up there. Meanwhile, Whitaker up in his 8th frame. He leads by 10. Big shot for him, obviously, big reaction. But again, it's his opponent with the strike working. This is giant for the little guy. Doesn't get it, and Carson's going to have a chance. Emerson must strike on his first ball, and then what has to happen on the second ball is count dependent. All right, gets the spare. In the end, it's a respectable 177. It was kind of a weird way to get there. Emerson must strike on this ball. Oh, huge double for Whitaker. Oh, no. Boy, in a game where both players were super solid in the first 5 frames, it was a struggle by both of them in the back 5 frames, and that big 4 is going to cost Carson the title and give Do-Hoon Kwon JBT win number 1. No! Boy, back and forth match. Congratulations to both of them, but it's the 9-year-old coming through with the win. Team Carson is going to drown their serves. All right, back over to the scratch division. Almost another pocket 710 for Coates. He breaks up the split, which is good, but the bad news is now he can only max for 162. 9 out is 170, so Duncan's just going to need to stay behind the foul line to become a JBT champion. Second out all those people is not so bad for a brand new tournament opponent. They're good. Title matches are tough. It's so different than the rest of the tournament. Wry smile from Coates, and I know he's second guessing the ball change now, but you got to trust your instincts. You know your own equipment. You know your own tendencies. You got to read what happened and make the best guess. Well, he strung the last 4 in the left-hand lane. Nice to see him still have a smile on his face. Duncan, stay behind the foul line, young man, and join the elite club of JBT champs. Won it with the 8th and 9th frame double. That'll do it. Yeah, in style. Tyler, take a second when you're ready. We'll use 9 and 10 for the 17. All right, 2 first-time champs. That doesn't happen very often. And we get a rookie winner in both divisions. So, all right, I got it. I got the line of the day. This is so crazy because it's Duncan and Doe. Nuts! Thank you, America. Thank you. Thank you. I will be accepting my my rally. Yeah, I'll finish. Go for it. 2. Yep. And Whitaker strikes all the way out from the 8th. What a way to finish off a first career JBT title. Congrats to him. First of potentially many. We'll see. Great stuff out of everybody. Thanks to Eastmont for hosting us. There's the high five he was waiting for. We'll do it all over again in Phoenix next week and back here for Invite Weekend in the Northwest in 2 weeks.